Hello again, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're in Barbara, and that behind me is St. Aidan's Church. So, let's go and have a look around. Let's begin. St. Aidan's Church in Barbara is a 12th century church standing on the site of an original wooden church built by St. Aidan's in the 7th century. For such a small village, Barbara has a treasure of things to see. We have the charming castle, the lovely lighthouse, beautiful beaches, and the Gucci Grace Darling. Adding to the splendour is St. Aidan's Church. And as with most churches in Northumberland, there's a lot of history surrounding it. The first thing that probably draws you to the church is the Grace Darling monument in the graveyard. But there's still more to see. Let's take you back to the start. After St. Oswald was victorious at the Battle of Heavenfield, he wanted to further establish Christianity in his newly united kingdom of Northumbria. So he asked an Irish monk called St. Aidan to help him out. Aidan was currently living in Iona Abbey on an island off the west coast of Scotland. He headed over with 13 other monks in 635 AD. When he arrived, he quickly built a wooden church on the site of the existing church and then settled on Lindisfarne, building a monastery there, which later developed into the priory you see today. Aidan actually died inside the church in 652 AD, and the wooden beam he was resting on as he passed away is still inside the church within the baptistry. It is also said to have miraculously survived 2 fires. There are 2 effigies within the church. One is an unknown knight who may have been a crusader, and the other one is of Grace Darling. It is the original statue that was initially on her memorial outside, but was brought inside after it started to suffer from erosion. There is now a replica effigy on the memorial. The grave where Grace and her family are actually buried is just a few meters from the monument. Near the entrance there are stairs leading down to the crypt, which is now open for the public. It holds the bones of 110 people who died sometimes in the 7th and 8th century. They were found in the Bole Hole graveyard, located on the sand dunes outside the castle, during an excavation by Bambra Research Project between 1998 and 2007, and they were eventually interned within the crypt in 2016.
Welcome to Bamborough and St Aidan's Church. This is a popular place to live and visit. What has brought you here today? And what brought people here in the past? 1400 years ago, Northumbria was one of the great Anglo-Saxon kingdoms. Its king, St Oswald, had his royal palace here in Bamborough. Oswald was a Christian, which was a new religion in Britain at the time. St Oswald asked the Christian monastery on Iona to send a monk to help him spread the word of God in his kingdom. They sent St Aidan. This man travelled here with Aidan from Iona in the year 635. He remembers Aidan's gentle and generous character. Local people liked what Aidan told them about his faith. He built a wooden church here and a monastery on Lindisfarne. People began travelling from far and wide to visit the royal court, to learn about Christianity, and to see the amazing art being created here. It was the start of a golden age for Northumbria. This local woman has seen such changes during her long life here. She spends all her days organising feasts for the king, noblemen, and so many visitors to the palace. But she can't understand what most of them say, as they come from so far away. This young woman makes the dresses and tunics for the people of the royal court. She performs miracles with a loom, needle, and thread. She travelled across the sea from the west to be part of the royal court, and she loves the creativity here. She's also got her eye on the handsome foreigner. He travelled for months by boat to come here and share the metalworking skills he learned in his hometown, far away to the south. He misses the heat and sunshine of home, but he's glad he came. The people here appreciate his skills, and he loves the rich food and plentiful drink in the royal palace. Perhaps he loves it too much, as it's starting to make him feel ill. He's worried he might end up in the new Christian cemetery beside the palace, like this young man. This poor lad was just 20 years old when he was killed. He'd been training to be a great warrior here since he was a little child. He was slashed from shoulder to hip by a single brutal blow from a sword. Are you wondering how we know so much about these people who lived here so long ago? A furious storm in 1817 shifted the sands on the headland beside the castle, starting to expose an ancient Christian cemetery. Archaeologists excavated the burial ground and found over 100 bodies. Then scientists analysed their bones and teeth, revealing glimpses of their lives in Anglo-Saxon Bamborough. The remains of these people are now interred here in the crypt. There is an unbroken tradition of Christianity on this site, which began when St Aidan arrived here in 635 and built a little wooden church. This church stands on that ancient site, and now it treasures the remains and stories of the people who knew St Aidan.
The monument for Northumberland heroine Grace Darling, who helped in the rescue of survivors of the shipwreck Forfeiture in 1838. But before we tell you about the place, we'll have to regale this fascinating story. Grace was the daughter of a lighthouse keeper of Longstone Lighthouse on the Farne Islands. On the 7th of September 1838, the paddle steamer Forfeiture ran aground on Big Harcar, a nearby low rocky island, and on that evening Grace was spotted the wreck and survivors with the ship broken in half, and her father decided the weather was too rough for the lifeboats at sea houses, so they took to their own cobble, which is a four-man rowboat, and travelled a longer route, keeping to the lee side of the Aidans. They rowed for nearly a mile to the survivors. Grace steadied the boat in the water while her father helped the 4 men and 1 woman get aboard. Grace then remained at the lighthouse while her father, William, and 4 of the rescued men rowed back and recovered 4 more survivors. 9 others had managed to launch a lifeboat from the stern section before it sank. The Fortfordshire had been carrying 62 people. Grace and her father, William, were awarded the Silver Medal for bravery by the now RNLI. Grace died of tuberculosis, aged 26. She was only 22 when she helped with the rescue. The beautiful canopied monument is not where she is actually buried. She is buried about 10 meters away in the family grave surrounded by a low-level fence. In addition to the statue of Grace holding her oar on the monument is actually a replica. The original was eroded, so it was placed inside a church, which you've probably seen in the church in this video. There's also a Grace Darling Museum, which is across the road, where you can relive her amazing story and even houses the actual cobble used in the daring rescue. But on the day we went, it was closed. If you like the contents of this video, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, it'd be much appreciated. Give this video a thumbs up, hit the notification bells if you want to get more videos of this sort. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.